Okay, the next lesson we have discussed in the subject Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person is the hands that shape the society. So, this question is how do social systems influence the interaction among individuals? So, in the previous lesson, we learned that people form their societies. We also learned that society sets the condition for individuals to grow and develop. So in this lesson, you will learn that society sets the economics, political, and the cultural relationship among individuals. And people may want to change the society to change this relationship. So George Herbert Mead believed that interaction with other individuals develop social rules and that each individual can take on the role of another person with man's continuous interaction. So he learns that to evaluate whether the structure in his community can help him live to the fullest and mark his meaning and purpose. So can you recall the ideas of Mead regarding the psychosocial development of human beings? So he was he was the one who explained how children develop their social selves from an egocentric view or the me to the ability to see themselves from the perspective of other, which is I. So he relates the importance of social structure to help individuals understand the rules and develop a sense of self, a social self. So according to Karl Marx, is a prominent philosopher, the father of modern day socialism and communism. So uh, his main ideas are written in the Communist Manifesto and thus Capital. He believed that social relations are based on the prevailing social economic system. So he's a prominent philosopher known for his critique the capitalist system and the theory of communism. So did you know that his theory also explained how social structure and stratification affect individuals? So let us understand further how Marx relates society, social relation, and individuals. So Marx starts by analyzing society and the relation in production. So society needs land, labor, and capital to produce wealth. Social relations are based on the following: who owns and controls these resources, who participate in the production, and who gets the profits. So he believes that social economic relations dictate the social existence of humans. So thus, your status is determined by what you own, how you participate in the production, and what you receive from the society's concerted effort to produce wealth. So your position in society affects your standpoint, worldview, and aspiration. So the social is how you are shaped by the society. So, the means production, the land. So, it refers to a space or area used for businesses and its processes. It also includes the natural resources and basic material needed to produce goods and services. Marx believed that ownership over the means of production determines the kind of society and the status of individual within what is or what are the means of production. So, next is the labor. So it refers to the interaction and man and his environment to manage and control the production processes of the goods. So these are the next, no? Next is the capital. So in the capital refers to the money, tools, equipment used to generate production and services and acquire more money to keep the production going. So in the primitive communism, A small tribe hunts and gather food to be shared among the members of the community without the concept of private ownership. So Marx said that the different types of society are formed depending on the following arrangement. Now, first, who owns the means of production, who participate in the production labor, and how is the produced wealth distributed in the society. So these are the primitive communism. So in the feudalism, the feudal lords take ownership of the land while the peasants tilt it in exchange for a place to live. So landowners are the upper class. So using the same set of questions, so let us describe a feudal society. So who owns the means of production? Kadua. Second one, who participate in the production through labor? And how is the produced wealth distributed in the society? You answer that one in the feudalism. The capitalism. So, using the same question now. Okay. So, those who own the capital, such as money and machinery, become the upper class. So, the workers who could only sell their labor power to live become the lower class. No, that's the capitalism. In the socialism, the states own the control means of production. The government manages and allocates resources and distribute the wealth based on the needs and the work done. So for Marx, it is reality that modern society is structured based on ownership of means of production, participation in the production and distribution of wealth. However, he believes that having a social structure based on a private property result in an inhumane condition of the for the masses. He proposes a communist society where the means of production like land, labor, and capital are no longer privately owned, and where society works along to the principle of from each according to his or her ability, to each according to his or her ability, to each according to his or her ability, her needs. According to Marx, this is the only kind of society that values individual for who they are not what they own. Marx, however, explained that it could not only be achieved without reforming the ideas and conception of society regarding private property, and he also proposed socialism as a transitory period towards communism. Let us and that's so discuss. So in this kind, discuss with your group the changes or in your own self, no. So in a 1/2 sheet of paper, you answer this one. So each one of you discuss what the change you want to see and experience in Philippine society. So present or write the result of your understanding by doing a tableau. So on so you just simply answer this question. What factors did you consider as you come up with your advocacy? How will this advocacy help each individual perform his role? Or how can you make a difference in the society and nation? Last slide. So Aristotle said that people are generally social, enabling everyone to rely on others to live and flourish. So since every individual is a member of society, he is a reflection of the society he lives in. So we have discussed many theories explaining how individuals shape society and how societies shape individuals. So that's our that would be the topic, no, in this lesson. Goodbye, everyone.